The great thing about the technique of prescriptive selling is that actually most of your objections will have been handled before you get to the final stage of this process. Because by working with them on their wants and needs, they will probably have less reasons not to join, because you will have dealt with those objections earlier on in relation to time and even price. But you are going to get objections. Every sale will not be faultless, and you will not win every sale. They do say 10% of people will never buy, and 10% of people will always buy. The aim of this module is to ensure that you can handle those objections efficiently. Now, we will go through some of the most obvious ones shortly, but let's look at the techniques you will use in dealing with those objections. There are actually 5 stages. The first stage, once you get an objection, is actually just to be quiet. The second stage is where you need to align with the prospect. Then the third stage, you isolate the objection. The fourth thing you must do is provide a solution to that objection. And finally, the fifth stage, you reclose. Let's have a look at those 5 stages in a little bit more detail. Right, now what we're going to do now is we're going to focus on the 4 key areas that keep arising in objections and how you can best handle those. These are actually time, price, I need to think about it, and I want to look at other clubs. Now there are others, but those really are the main 4. Let's have a look how we deal with those. I don't think I'll have the time. Now that objection is probably the most overused objection that there is, and it's actually usually a smokescreen. I mean, ask yourself this question. Did they think that they could come to the gym, work out, improve their health, lose some weight, and actually wouldn't take any time at all? Of course not. It tends to be a way of putting off a decision, of procrastinating. The key is to handle it efficiently. To be fair, with all the questions you've asked during the needs analysis and on the tour, you'll have all the information and ammunition you'll need to overcome that one. Now with price, the key here is to understand that it's only really an issue if you haven't created any value. Because at the end of the day, which is the best value or which is the best price? Let's take, for example, a club, say, charging £49 a month that offers guaranteed weight loss. And a club, say, charging £39 a month that doesn't. Now, if weight loss is a want and a major need of a prospect, the club charging £49 guarantees a result, therefore creating great value for money. If the club charging £39 cannot provide any such guarantee, it's not good value. So again, the link in price to value is all around establishing whether or not you can match the wants and the needs of the prospect. And remember, as we mentioned in the price presentation, sometimes you only have to sell the difference. If you're charging £42 a month and they were expecting £35, then you're just selling the difference. A much easier thing to do. The third most used objection is I need to think about it. But this actually isn't really an objection in its own right. What you need to clarify is what it is they actually need to think about, because that's the real objection. Once you have done this, you can then work through the 5-step process of handling objections. Now, the last of the 4 big objections is I need to have a look around, or I need to have a look at the competition. But again, ask yourself this question. When you've been looking for something to match a want or a need that you will have, if you find it, how often do you carry on looking? And this is the basis on which you will handle this objection. Focus on what you can provide them. Remind them how you can match their wants and needs. If they want to lose weight, run through all the things you can do and all the things you offer to get the weight loss they desire. Again, if you're not careful, they will be using this as a smokescreen. But at the end of the day, if they do decide to go and have a look around, remember to remind them and reaffirm with them the key, unique selling points of your club. Because when they go and have a look at another club, they will be matching it against yours. Make sure you come out on top.